Welcome to part 2 of the cab build. Charlie Farley over there. We've got our sheet metal, which we ended the video with last in part 1. Starting to force it all into place. Have any luck over there? Not so much, but it's getting there. We'll set the old camera up and I'll let y'all follow along while we tack, pry, and you know, try to make this happen. So stick around, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get to it. One piece, 20 more to go. That's good. Got our jig pusher here. Get started to push out just a little bit. Close it. Yeah, what you need? What you need, Sir Charles? Oh yeah, Charles. Perfect. Did not end up using separate pieces or single pieces. We ended up having to do a little cutting, you know, a little bit of persuasion. But once we weld all this up and grind it down and throw a little bed liner over it, this is actually going to come together very, very nicely. Got to trim this back, made a little boo-boo. No big deal. So with that being said, we got one more piece. One more filler piece on the ugly side, which will end up having a door right here just because we got our accessories and stuff need to get to from the outside. So we'll have to put a door up there, fill in this last piece, weld, grind, bondo, whatever, then bed line, then assemble the top to it, and we're good to go. That's what you call a professional something. Professional job. Yeah, that's how we get it done around here, okay? Professionals, uno and dos. Either way, I'd made a boo-boo. Charlie called it. Thanks, Charlie. I got one confused with 7, so I had my door frame here at 21 7/8, so it needed to be like 27 7/8. So missed it by 6 inches, but he called it, so we fixed that. Just kind of avoiding this little hole over here. We're about to get it done. I know y'all are wondering what's taking so long here. We're gonna get that done, weld this sap sucker up, grind the living crap out of it. I feel like we're gonna have to probably just box that in, get some race car sheet metal inside this bad boy, clean her up some. We're getting there. We're getting there. A couple $100 worth of bond there later and paint. Capiche. See behind me here, we got all our sheet metal not only in place, but we got them welded out and somewhat of the groundage done for the most part. Overall turned out pretty clean. Even made a little door here for my valves gonna go. Nice little rounded corn all the way. Gonna put some sort of hinge on that, and really I won't even need all this because I'm just gonna have a couple gauges right here, and then my valves, and then starter key somewhere. Front turned out pretty well. The only problem I did have, as you can see, a little bit of cope here on the bottom. I guess a little bit of roundage, you know, however you want to pronounce that. Here in the center I've got kind of flat on me, so my solution for that is I've cut out a piece of flat bar, kind of at the shape I want it, tacked it on there good, and I've got me an old Harbor Freight special. Good old, you know, shimbog here. Just gonna do a little pushing, and we're gonna push that out. And hopefully that will match the bottom and kind of get, you know, that flatness off of it. So get that again there, and if it does, we'll tackle on both sides, and that'll be. Well, did something. Make a little bit of progress. Let's look on the outside. Yeah. I think we can work with that. We'll take the old hammer to the bottom underneath and probably be able to, you know, flex that metal a little bit. No body man here, just a guy in training. To each their own there. Alright, tack that up. Like I said, that definitely helped where it's at. Do a little hammering on that, and this will be ready to go, and we're all as well gonna come in with some bondage, a little bondo, and bondo this baby up, sand it out, and try to finish up our interior. Did figure out not gonna need this hole here. You know, when I did this, I stenciled, well, it's probably a scrap pile now. The original floor used to be a big electronic box, little Christmas lights on it. We just delete that. So I'm gonna fill this hole in. Kind of thinking might put a head unit here, maybe a couple speakers, and then, you know, come with some race car sheet metal and finish it off. Get some bed liner for the inside and bondo and paint the outside, and we'll have her all finished up. Now that we got our old diamond plate welded in, I went in and added a upright arm, square tubing, a little cap. Reason being, I decided I'm gonna put a radio right here. I got some sheet metal cut. We're gonna box all this off. I've already got this piece cut and this outside piece cut. I'm gonna do some modifying, you know, to get the side up, more or less. That'll go in like that. I've got this piece, a little break on the end. That'll go like so. And seeing I've got this foot pedal tray here, this is going to be removable. That way if you ever got to, you know, work on it or work underneath, you can take this out. This would have ran into it before it caught the outside, so I just cut it before. I'll do the same thing on this outside piece, and I'll just put a, you know, old pizza slice in there. We'll call her good. So we'll get these tacked up, and that way we can measure and cut our outer piece. And once we do that, I think we'll be ready to go and bed line our inside. And then once we get all this bed lined, we'll come back with some gloss black sheet metal aluminum trim, kind of clean it up in here a little bit, you know, figure out what we're gonna know about a stereo. Can't tell, but I've been doing some sanding. I've ate about 20 pounds worth and sanding about an hour or so, but I believe we are ready for our bed liner on the inside, and then obviously we'll do the bond on the outside to kind of make it look factory. You know, cover up all this goobers here. You don't want to see that stuff. Went to my local auto parts store, got this Raptor Advanced 2-part formula. We're gonna roll this on. I got a roller, which it also came in one. Just gonna see how this stuff does. Supposedly enough to do an 8-foot bed, about 150 bucks, but we don't need that much, so we'll use it for something else. So half-ass clean enough that'll stick for about a year or so. You know what I'm saying? We're half-ass professional around here. It's more or less just gonna, you're loading sawdust. This thing, doors wide open, and your sawdust just flows in here, and it cakes all in this corner. And of course, it never gets clean. So with the bed line, that should protect my metal for years to come. Like I said before, we're still going to pretty it up with some sheet metal, cover up all our framework, and should have a pretty solid unit here. And then we'll get the top out there all cleaned up and paint everything up, attach it all up. So never worked with this stuff before. Let's try our hand at it, see what we can do. Should be simple enough. Nice fancy packaging they got here. All right. So each of these 4 jugs should all be the same. We're hopefully only going to use one of these jugs, so we'll just toss those over here and hopefully save those for, you know, maybe a personal project. Who knows? Don't tell them that. Our nice roller. I'm assuming this is what we mix with. So, blah 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 for step-by-step demo instructions. Instructions are for squares, and a little round over here. See, fill, shake, shoot, or roll. So let's fill this up, and then we'll see what we can do. First, clean surface, gotta add 8 ounces of hardener into bottle, shake, and then roll. Okay. How many ounces? 8 fluid ounces. Came with a measuring cup. 8 fluid ounce. Fill that up. Did a lot of go-kart racing, so I'm a professional chemist, if y'all know anything about that. Got that. May mix a little bit more. Perfect. Perfect. Next up, we'll go and get this ready. Whoops. Top that back off, had a little spillage, might get a little extra hard right there. Y'all help me remember now. Alright. Mixture says to pour mixture in like so. Put the lid back on. I think we all got some practice. Let's just go and fast forward this 2 minutes. I'm gonna put the lid back on that for a second. Set that out our way. Set this out our way and See how good this stuff works. First time. This might be a little time consuming. It's nasty stuff, that's for sure. Thank God I only mixed one. I don't believe we're even going to touch the other ones. This stuff is going on pretty good. Trying to make it nice and even there. Didn't think this through because I got to get in there, and I've already painted where I'd have to stand at. Well, let's keep on painting and I'll show y'all the finished product. Definitely recommend wearing gloves. It's the only thing I can teach you about bed lining. If you bed line, wear gloves. Because this shit right here, I've been digging it off for the past 20 minutes. But with that being said, is she a beaut? She is a beaut. We got her all coated up, nice and strong. I haven't done my panel for my pedals or my steering assembly yet, nor have I done my panel that the seat's going to sit on. The reason being, I'm still going to make a mount for my valve for the steering thing. You know, steering arm, whatever, steering, oh God, I can't think of the word. Either way, you got it. Got to build something for that. Got to get my pedals ready to mount. And once I get all that built, I'll bed line that. Then once I get my seat mount welded on this piece, I'll bed line all that. Interior will be done other than our sheet metal. But I will say, it's looking nice, y'all. Got a chrome to the dome. Did the inside of our little trap door where our valve handle is going to be. Radio compartment. Even did the inside of the door that's going to open up that compartment half-assed at least. So that being said, it's you know, end of the week. I got shit to do, got maintenance to do, real stuff to do. I got time to mess with that. So that being said, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and come back next week because we're gonna do some bondage. Not that kind of bondage, and a little bit of paint. We're getting the top on, and we'll be done with it hopefully. I know it's just 2-part, now it's 3-part. 3 for Dale, raise hell, praise Dale, God bless, and keep on keeping on. We'll see you next time. Peace.